Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. We're going to take a look at moving a WordPress website on a manual migration into the GoDaddy managed WordPress. So a lot of times what will happen is you'll get a failed migration for one reason or another. I don't happen to have one, but we're going to pretend that this URL right here is a temporary domain or that was a failed migration. So the first thing you want to do is, if your migration failed, is you're going to want to go back to your regular website and turn off your plugins, to just disable them, and your theme, and try the migration again. And a lot of times I've seen that it'll work. If it doesn't and you do have a failed migration, then continue on with this video and you will see how that works. So the first thing you want to do when this 5EF domain name right here failed its migration is you want to get rid of it, because you don't want to bring anything in. You want to build junk or build something on top of junk. So we're just going to remove that. So that should take a minute, and go ahead and it'll remove. I'm going to refresh the screen and just to see. Yeah, see, it's gone. So we'll go ahead and set up a new one. And for this video, like all my videos, I've generated just a password here, and we'll go ahead and create a new WordPress site. It gives you the option to attach it to your domain name. In any case, I recommend you use this temporary domain name to bring it in on. It's just a better way to bring it into the environment. For the WordPress username, I'm just going to use this. And we're going to use this password. And there's your criteria there. Maybe sometimes it doesn't match. You gotta watch that. Or maybe you had a special character or something and that didn't work out. But in this case, I'm just going to use that. So now this is a clean install of WordPress that it's going to go ahead and set up for us. We'll let that go ahead and process. So that's still setting up, but you can see that I opened up a new tab and just went to this gateway screen, and you can see we have our new temporary domain name, and that's up and running. And then you can see I've got my We Connect websites over here, and this one, my name servers were pointed to HostGator. So just before the video, I had to change my name servers back to GoDaddy in order to shoot the video and try and install WordPress and everything. So my name servers aren't propagated. That's why you can't see We Connect websites and you see this. This is a screen that HostGator puts up on your domain name when you don't have a website. And I'm not going to comment on how I feel about the ads on there, but that's what's going on. So we've got our new website, or our new temporary domain there that we're going to install our WordPress to, and then we got this one here, which, like I showed you, isn't really showing on the internet, but we can still get all of our files. So first thing we need is our FTP information, and in previous videos I've showed you how to do FTP. I'll go ahead and run through it just really quickly here. with the GoDaddy cPanel, you copy the IP address from there, paste it, and like other videos, I use Transmit for my FTP, but you can use whatever you like. Now you see I got my username as well from right there, but I also have it over here on my notepad. So that lets me write in, and then this is my actual WeConnectWebsites.com. Let's see if that still is not going to show it to me. Man, sorry. But there is a theme in there with like a brown header, and I was able to at least manage to get a picture in there and a half of a post. So when I get done moving it over, you'll actually be able to see everything. So now we're with us being logged in on our FTP. This little area down here is to simulate your desktop. So this would be the desktop of your computer, or either a folder on your desktop. And we're actually going to take and just grab all of these files right here, and we're going to move them down into this folder here. So that's basically right now taking all of our WordPress information from the server or the shared hosting account and dropping it onto our desktop. So that process is going to run, and then again, depending on the speed of your connection, depends on how long that'll take. So while that's working, we can go back to our cPanel. In this case, it's GoDaddy. If you're at HostGator or Bluehost or wherever, you go into your phpMyAdmin, wherever that is, and we're just going to go ahead and export our database. So you can see all of our tables there. We don't need any of that though. We just need to click directly on this name, and that's going to show our database information over here. We're going to go ahead, and some people check all and then they'll do export from here. You can do an export from up here. If you see where my mouse is, up there, right here. Kind of the same thing. Export all tables. We want it in .SQL format, and we'll do the quick option. It's fine. So that shoots us down a download. I saw it down here in Chrome. Show it in my Finder, and you can see that here in my downloads folder. So I'm going to take this out of my downloads folder, and I'm actually just going to move it over to what would be your desktop, just so it's out of my downloads folder. And that's pretty much it for getting basically a backup or downloading your current WordPress information. So from there, we're going to have to go to the GoDaddy gateway screen. And then we need to open up our managed WordPress here. So you click on settings. We need FTP information, SFTP information. So I'm just going to go to Transmit, and if you, I'm on a Mac, so if I hit Command N, it opens up automatically at a new window. And let's see, I need my server information, and again, we're connecting via SFTP, so make sure you have that selected, and it's automatically port 22. But with Managed WordPress, you enter this information right here, just like it says. Normally I say do the IP address, but with Managed WordPress you can do it this way. It's alright. Okay, so you'll see this one looks a little bit different than the cPanel. You don't have all these other folders that you have here. It just brings you right into your WordPress installation. So that's people that were looking for the difference between managed WordPress and regular cPanel. I mean, you can see that you get logs, mail, public FTP, all that stuff. You don't have any of that over here, which a lot of people don't need it. So it just becomes a distraction. So now that we've opened that up, we'll click OK. Just gonna close out of that. And I see our download is still going, so we're just waiting for that to finish too. On the managed WordPress side, we're going to need to get the database information as well. So you just click on the database tab, and that pops open another tab for the phpMyAdmin. Copy, paste your username. Paste your password. And you go in. So this is our managed WordPress database, and you can see it already looks a whole lot different than the database that we have from our cPanel. So we're going to have to get a copy of this database as well, because we want to make ours that is coming from WeConnect websites match the temporary domain that we're using and the information that's in that database already. Oh, nope. You saw what I did there. I'm not sure I caught it, but we don't want to drop those. You see how this is a little different than the other one? You got to be careful when you're going between these programs. So we want it as an SQL file. We want to save file as, and we'll click the go button. So that gives us our database from the managed WordPress. And I'm going to keep that a little bit separate. I'll keep that over here for now, separate from the one over here. So we've got two .sql files. See how that works? And this is our cPanel information. I know you just probably saw it in the upper left-hand corner that our download finished. So that means all of our files are down here, which would be your desktop, are all here. And these are some other previous videos. Sorry for my garbage. Oh, there they are. I was looking for the WP content and the WP includes, and there they are. So these are all other videos. Again, I apologize for the garbage, but if you watch the other videos, you'll see where that garbage came from. So we've got our entire WordPress install plus our SQL database right here, all out of our first original WeConnect websites, the one we couldn't see because HostGator was getting our name servers. And then over here we've got our export of our SQL database from the new temporary domain on managed WordPress. So that's where we're at right now. This is our cPanel FTP. We won't really need that anymore. If we do, we can open up another one, but for right now I'm going to close it. This is our managed WordPress FTP, and again, you see it takes us right into our WordPress install. First thing we want to do is we want to open up our database, and I'm using Sublime Text 2. You can use Notepad++ or whatever you'd like. And then I'm going to open up the database from my original cPanel. So I've got my two databases there. The one from Managed WordPress, which is right here, and then the one from my cPanel, which is over here. Alright. So we need the information from our cPanel to go into our Managed WordPress. So what we're going to do is make this cPanel database in the information, like the name and the table prefixes and the URL. All those things are going to get changed right now. That's what we're going to do. So you're going to copy the database name, which is right here, and you're going to move it over to this database. But before I do that, I'm going to do one step. Since this came out of our cPanel, this SQL file, and since we may not have another copy, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that, and I'm going to move it down here. Reason why I duplicated it is we're going to make changes right now, and in case we make a mistake for any reason or need to go back, it's just a good thing to do. Sometimes I'll even do two. I'm not scared to make a backup. So you can do one or two if you like. That's up to you. Put them in different folders, but you just pause and do that now. So where are we at again? We copied our Managed WordPress database over here on the right, and we're going to paste it in here with our original information, all of our blog posts, our pictures, and everything like that over here. So now we've successfully changed our database name, and now we need to change what are called the WordPress table prefixes. So I'm going to copy those because those are right here. You can see those there. So you're going to highlight and copy that, and you're going to take that over here, and you're going to find, for me it's on a Mac it's Open Apple F. If you're on a PC, I think it's Control F. But you're going to find the WP underscore, and you'll notice in my text editor here, you know, look at the mouse in the yellow here, it found the WP underscore. So it's going to find the WP underscore all through this database information. All this scary stuff, you don't know what it is, you don't want to click on it, you just want to stay right up here. But we're going to find all down here in the bottom right corner. Your text editor may be different. Find all. So when we do a find all, you can see that it highlights all those WP areas, right? And we're going to paste in Open Apple V the WordPress table prefixes, and that's going to change it again all throughout the database. Now you can see that it's flashing there at all the different places on the database, and what you want to be sure not to do is don't press any other buttons and don't click return. Don't do any of that. Just click outside of the database, either on the top in the header bar or over here on the side, completely out of it, because you don't want to add any extra information. Be very careful with what you're doing. And then click back in the database once. So that puts your cursor out, and then it brings it back in. So that way we didn't make any mistakes or change anything or anything like that. Just really try and be mindful of where your hands are on the keyboard, because you can make a mistake. That's enough. Last thing we need to change is the URL, and the URL is again the website that you're coming from. So you can get that information out of both of your databases, and you can see this one is the site URL right here. And again, we're on about line 135 or 133. Yours might be different. Just checking for the URL anywhere else. So we're just going to go ahead and copy that. And now we're going to do our find again. So now we open it up to find all, and this time we're going to click down here and we're going to paste in our URL, because right now on our old database where it's coming from, it's at our original URL, but we need to change it to the temporary URL in order to make it match up with Managed WordPress. So we found it in our original database, and then we need to go down here and find it in the Managed WordPress. So you can see it gives us that temporary domain right here. I'm going to highlight and copy that, and again we're going to come back over to our other text editor. Being careful where you click. I like to click right down here where I already typed, and then we're going to do a find all, and we're going to paste in our temporary URL. So there you have it. Changed it there, and then I think somewhere, yeah, it's at home here. Changed it there. Alright, so that's it. We're done changing all of the information in the database. So now we want to save it. So for me on the Mac, it's going to be Command S or Open Apple S or Control S, I think, if you're on a PC. So all the information we edited right here is going to be down here now. And then this is our original Managed WordPress database. We're done with that. Close that out. We got our original export over here. That was the screen we just closed out of. That's this thing. The reason why I kept these separate is because, I accidentally opened it, because we need this name right here. So it's got to be in a different folder. So we got this one over here. This is our original. This is all the one we edited, and this is where those edits are saved to. So we need to make this the new Managed WordPress database. That's how that works. So now we can take this database here and import it into the Managed WordPress, because all of our edits are saved here, and I just changed this name. So we come back to our Managed WordPress database, and now we're going to have to get rid of all of these tables in order to upload our information. So you're going to check all like I just did, drop tables, and it's going to ask you, do you want to drop tables? By dropping the tables, it means you're basically wiping out the information in the database. So we're going to say yes, we really want to do that, and we're okay with that. Let's executed. So now we want to import. I'm going to go ahead and highlight, and I'm going to copy this folder name. I did a Control-C. With the Mac, I can just highlight the whole file and copy it. So I can click Choose File, and we can actually paste that into there. And that shows both of my files. See, you may run into this problem too. So if I click on this file, it'll tell me where this file is located, and it'll tell me where this file is located. So this one tells me it's in the Downloads folder, which is the one over here, Downloads folder. This one over here, Desktop Program and my stuff. There you go. We connect websites. That's my SQL. So we know that this is the proper one to upload. That shoots the file in there. Whoop. Oh, I have to choose it again. Oh, you see how it switched it on me? Now it says downloads is on the left, but we want the one for the We Connect Websites desktop. We're going to import that. And if we did everything right, we should get a success message. We'll wait for that to load. And you may think it's taking too long, but if you look down in your browser on the bottom, or in my browser on the bottom left there, you can see it's uploading. Connection was reset. Okay, so go ahead and click on my database here. We'll just see what happened. Doesn't look like anything made it in there. Sure didn't. So let's try it again. It's this one here. All right. So that should have put all of our information there, right in there. Perfect. So now we've got our database information. So we should see something, some kind of activity, or something should be different, or we should see our post or something out of our temporary site because we just uploaded our database. We haven't put any files in though. So we're getting a white screen, but that's not bad. That's okay. So now we go back to our FTP. And you can see that we've got our WP admin, WP content, WP includes, just like we have over here, content, admin, includes, right? Right. So with Managed WordPress, since we want to match it to it, we're just going to take a look at the WP config. Normally I would say, you're going to change this information, but not now. If you've watched other videos. We just want to do the WP content, but you always want to save all of your stuff. So I'm just going to do a little slash just before the file, just so it moves it out of the way up to the top. And then I'm going to take my WP content and I'm going to move remove that. And you can see how all around my FTP it's highlighted blue because I'm hovering over a file, and I'm going to drop my WP content right in there. So you can see down here that's uploading all my information. Let's see if this is propagated yet. Nope. So like all my videos, I'm not going to cut you short. We'll go ahead and watch the full upload and everything, so you know you're not missing anything while we're waiting. They change their GoDaddy changes their website a lot. Just going to close out of here. This is our old cPanel. Oh, that's the theme I was telling you about in the beginning. I told you it had a brown header. So even though it's still uploading, it must have already uploaded the theme. Oh yeah, so it's done. So there you go. Manual migration. I put that in right before. Manual migration to GoDaddy hosting, and if we did everything right, I should be able to click on this header here and see a picture of a heart. Yep. So it brought over my picture as well. So right now we're looking at it on the temporary domain there. About, contact, home, news. This was a free theme. So let's see if we can click manage and actually get into our dashboard. It's not sending us into our dashboard. Try it again. So it's not letting us in to our dashboard. We may have to change the username on our database. Just like all WeConnect websites, videos, I don't rehearse this. So we're going to check on our username. We're going to see if we can update that password. So if you ever need to update your user password, you go into your database under users and you got the user password under this line, and then in the drop down you select MD5, go. So that just basically refreshed my password, but I think the issue that I'm having is that my managed WordPress user is not a user anymore, so it's not allowing me in. But if I go here and I take my username and my password, it lets me into the dashboard. So the migration it went okay, but when GoDaddy does their migrations it set, or when you launch from GoDaddy, it sets up a different user, so it won't let you in the dashboard from GoDaddy, the GoDaddy way. I'm sure you could probably call them and maybe have them fix that for you. I don't know, but this gets you on to the managed WordPress. How you can tell that is if you go _users, and I was looking through the database here. I'll bet you if we go user for my video, so there's no migration. I was looking to see if there was another user in there or something, but there's only the one user from the GoDaddy database, so I'm not sure why we can't get in there directly from our GoDaddy screen. Oh no, wait, is it because we're already logged in though? Hold on. Yeah, it was because we were already logged in. So, case in point, always save all of your usernames and passwords in a place where you can have them, and in case you need them for any reason to go back or forward, you can write them down on a notepad or like a physical pen and paper, or you can keep them on a little file or something, try and hide them in your computer or something. I don't know, hackers are pretty good these days. May not be a good idea to do that, but you can do whatever suits you. But in this instance, I am able to go to the WP login.php page, and I am able to copy my username and my password and log in, and I can make let's make a post. This Yeah, you may have to call GoDaddy and have them reset the account or something. Why is it not uploading? Stay on this page. Publish. Media. Let's try from here. Writable by the server. Maybe not. Let's check our permissions. Uploads. Those should be okay though. Nope. Yeah, you may have to give at this point you may have to give GoDaddy a call and have them reset the permissions because you've uploaded, and let them know that. I'm not sure what these are. These are fresh files from the cPanel. So I just installed this right before the video. Something for cPanel. So in this instance, I would your information is all uploaded. It's there. Your users are there. Your database is in. But there is something with the balance or with the users on the account or the GoDaddy permissions right now that you're having I'm having a problem with. So you can give them a call, and I think they can reset the permissions on these managed WordPress accounts, so that'll work. But everything else is working. If I mean the information's there, but we can't upload pictures for permissions purposes, so we'll check on that, and we'll have to follow up with a second video. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you, and we'll keep you posted. Thanks.